Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. This is Zishan Isaac with Zishan on air, and we're also live with the social media platforms with Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and also Instagram Live. So if you've not connected with me with all these platforms, please do. We have a lot to cover. First of all, the good news is that currently the war with Iran is on pause. However, two wars are converging, one in the Caspian Sea, as Wall Street Journal has reported, and even as Ukraine hits Iranian supply line to Russia. And then US bombs Iran from UK airbase for first time under Burnham airbase. And that was another key aspect of how European countries are getting impacted, as well as the Middle East is already impacted and is going to be um, a place where all of these countries have a lot at stake. Ukraine helped defend Gulf states against Iran 4 years after Russian unleashed those Iranian drones against Ukraine. Kiev has now brought its hard-earned expertise in countering them to the Middle East. And then Ukraine's strike on Iranian ship could bring two wars closer. So for now, the good news is that at least Iran did not retaliate. That was good. However, their rhetoric is very extreme, and that's one of the key reasons where U.S. Administration, with regards to Trump's administration, is also looking at this, that some type of a negotiation should come out of it. So U.S. and Saudis attack Iran together, especially these Iran-backed groups in Iraq, threatening to intensify conflict. And then Oman proposed this joint management of Hormuz. So that is still something that we will see what would be released in the coming days and weeks. Trump threatens to hit Iran hard following missile attack on U.S. assets, and that's basically where this whole thing was getting out of control. And then today, especially with regards to another renewal of threats between both parties, especially on Saturday when the U.S. State Department issued a travel warning to Americans, and that travel warning came with a warning, literally, that they need to leave immediately or on a short notice. That's where media and many people reached out to Trump, and then Trump said that he's canceling strikes on Iran subject to rapidly making deal. And another reason for it, that MBS of Saudi Arabia also made a phone call to him and made a plea to end this war. So hopefully this will last. And you can see on the screen alternative Saudi oil routes or routes for China. As you can see, some of their ships and cargo ships have been avoiding even Bab al Mandab route, which is also under risk with regards to Houthis in Yemen, because they only have to fire a couple of missiles. So that's why it's a very complex situation. There are some reports coming out of Pakistan, and Pakistan has been playing a very key role with Iran and Saudi Arabia and US, bringing all these parties together, but they cannot manage their own home. And we will tell you why. Pakistan has been issued this very stern warning from Amnesty International, regardless of how the regime in Pakistan would spin it, but especially the situation that has been happening for several years all over Pakistan. And then now the crackdown is in Pakistan's administered Kashmir, as the term being used by international organizations. And authorities must lift communication blackout following reports of lethal force used against protesters amid elections. And then this whole situation with Afghanistan, and you can read more. Even Google and many reports are coming out that at least 80 people have been reported, between 40 and 80. And some people on social media are saying over 100 people have been reported dead in the Pakistan administered Kashmir. Pakistan authorities must end ongoing injustice of civilian trials by military courts, Amnesty International said further. And then other news, Pakistan quote, terrorism unquote, designation of protest movement marks a dangerous escalation in Jammu and Kashmir crackdown. So we all know that the flashpoint between India and Pakistan is Kashmir, but now the Kashmir area under Pakistan jurisdiction, that's where the issue is at this point. But we should never forget that this whole region of Jammu and Kashmir is a disputed territory for both Pakistanis and for Indians. And there's another report from Middle East Monitor and this Financial Times report, especially on the field marshal's expiring warranty, because they are saying, quote, we urge the Pakistani authority to restore all communications. This is where the regional director in South Asia said this from Amnesty International. But the news that came out of Financial Times and also this article in the Middle East Monitor, where uh, this op-ed article talking about the field marshal's expiring warranty, and I will just read few things here. You can search online. Quote, a state unable to guarantee electricity, justice, employment, education, or medical care to millions of its own citizens remains miraculously prepared to guarantee security to every anxious palace between the Persian Gulf and the Potomac. And that is exactly what's happening. Unfortunately, the economy completes the indictment. Pakistan remains dependent on international lenders, Gulf deposits, and emergency rescues while its rulers celebrate, quote, geopolitical relevance, unquote, as though relevance were edible or credible. It is not. Children cannot be educated with strategic dialogues, and they use this as a nuance, edible, that children cannot eat this in terms of this geopolitical relevance, right? Because people need to eat food. Quote, Pakistan possesses one of the Muslims' world's largest militaries, yet its coercive power is more readily imagined as insurance for palaces than as protection for the oppressed. That is all reported here, and I'm just reporting as is. Quote, in the vocabulary of empire, stability usually means that the correct people are frightened and the incorrect people are armed. So it's a very interesting article, this op-ed. I hope this person who wrote this article is not going to face some risks in his professional career, or even with the other security concerns that may or may not happen. So you should go and read that article. The Washington Post has reported Trump administration asked Supreme Court to allow new limits on mail ballots. So this issue of mail ballots is still not completely settled. And then there are some reports coming in at the airports, especially for domestic travel, where ICE has been making arrests even to those who are married to American citizens, but they overstayed their visas or were out of status for some time. And this new deportation drive, and where ICE police is being, you can see ICE police at airports. Reuters has reported Trump says he could withdraw, then renominate Todd Blanc as Attorney General, because two senators, especially one senator from Texas, and then another one, they both are not getting reelected because they lost their primaries. However, they do not have anything in terms of no risk with regards to their politics, because they do not have anything to lose at this point. So they are holding up this nomination, and the reason they gave these two senators that, and they're both Republican senators, because of in writing where the acting attorney general was not willing to put something in writing about that 1.776 the weaponization fund that Trump was given previously by the Department of Justice. The European Union of Football Association, Union of Football Association Europe, they issued a statement on the Times article, especially that the soul and governance of football are not assets to trade, especially with zero transparency as to who gains financially. None of us are the owners of football. It is not FIFA's to sell. So this issue is not going away. And they even made another statement with the 55 member states unanimously saying that they will not take part in any FIFA competition. Is this going to be the end of Gianni Infantino? As reported by The Guardian, remains to be seen. And this is where how this whole issue started, with $20 billion initial value of FIFA. And right now it's a not-for-profit organization, but effectively owned by 211 associations, and then could become a private organization, or with potential investors coming in, especially as you can see on this picture on the right side, Joshua Kushner, who is the brother of Jared Kushner, and Jared Kushner is the son-in-law of President Trump. So this is where we are, and we're going to cover more as this news shapes up. But I would like to thank our key advertisers. Because of them, our team and myself, I'm able to provide you independent news and independent analysis and independent journalism, if you may call it, but as how it should be reported. And first of all, we would like to thank Affordable Insurance of Texas for all your insurance needs, especially from auto insurance, commercial insurance, business insurance, health insurance, and even homeowners insurance. Call 737-854-1000 or go online, www.aitinsurance.com. You can even bundle your insurance and you can save a lot. Group Saudi Palace, they have some new shipments coming in, especially at their 1,000 square footage location, huge showroom for women, even a separate one for men, and for all kinds of evening gowns, or for men, formal wear, evening wear, everyday wear, for brides and grooms, and for children of all age groups. And even they have this shipment coming in for men as well, and for women they have a huge variety. You can schedule a virtual video tour by calling 832-267-0065. 832-267-0065. Call this number and schedule a virtual video tour. Go online, www.groupsaudi.com. And also, I would like to talk about Shanghai Restaurant Catering. They have great deals, especially all-you-can-eat buffet, Monday to Friday, vegetarian $12.99, non-veg $14.99, takeout buffet $7.99. And they even have a lunch buffet as well. That is also becoming very special, very popular. And takeout buffet $7.99 per pound, where you can even have anything in there, from chicken legs to naan to bread to all these meat items. And that's one of the best deals in town, the best deal in town. No one will give you takeout buffet for $7.99 per pound. And for all your lunch buffet deals to everyday deals, Monday to Friday, for $15, $25, $35, just call them. Or even for catering, for party trays, call 713-953-1388 or go online, shahnaitexas.com. That's SHAHNAI Texas.com. And I would also like to welcome one of our key advertisers now, especially Mr. Hafiz Suleiman. I have known him for decades. He's been in business for decades, and he is a one-stop shop when it comes to all your travel needs, especially in this day and age where we don't know what are the laws with regards to travel, not only in the US, but also especially internationally. And he has all the information, and you can get the best quote on airline tickets. Their location is, their office is at 6634-A, Suite A, Southwest Freeway in Houston. Zip code is 77074. And you can call him at 73992-2548, 713-992-2548, or you can even email. In this day and age, you can email him anytime, and that is travelplannertx, one word, at gmail.com. And don't forget, his working hours are Monday to Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. US Central Time. But he will always be very responsive with all your needs, and especially one-stop shop when it comes to all your travel needs. And with all the ever-changing laws with the travel these days, so keep in mind and just give him a call. Travel Planner and More by Hafiz Suleiman. 713-992-2548, as you can see on the screen, and share with your friends and family as well. With that, I'm going to sign off with the social media, continue with the legacy media. Next is Big Baller Sports with all the sports news. Thanks for watching, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll continue. Thank you.